Hi, I'm Kira Buckland. I'm the English voice of Jolene Cujo in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean.
Hi, I'm Matthew Mercer. I'm the voice of Jotaro Kujo, as well the father of her character. I first got into the series when I went to Anime Expo in the late '90s, back in the old days, when I first discovered that anime conventions existed. And as a longtime anime fan, this is the first time that I knew such an event was there. And I remember walking through the halls, and I walked into a video room that was showing the old kind of anime showdown between Jotaro and Dio. And I remember sitting down and just watching this entire battle and being just enthralled with it. And that was my first understanding of what it was, and began to look for any sort of manga aspects that I could. Then the fighting game came out, the original Capcom 2D fighting game, and I'm an old school like Capcom Street Fighter player.
That game.
I played it obsessively and learned about a lot more from the fighting game, all these characters that I didn't know from just the short little bits of media that I had. And so that was kind of the inception of my love of the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure universe. How about you?
Wow, that is super cool. So my friend introduced me to JoJo, starting with Phantom Blood in I think about 2013. And at first, I wasn't sure it would be my thing, but I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And I was like, okay, this is pretty good. And then we watched part 2, and I was like starting to get pretty invested. And at the time, part 3 hadn't been animated yet, but I just continued with the manga and was just like completely in love. Like with each part, I got more and more into it, and people told me, oh, there's like a female JoJo in part 6 and stuff like that. And so I ended up just like really, really resonating with Jolene. And in 2014, I even got a tattoo of the Joestar birthmark because of how much the series meant to me. And I was, of course, just kind of starting to break into my voice acting career more at the time. And so it was just like really my dream to work on JoJo, and I got to do a few bit parts in part 3. Actually, I was one of the the Jotaro fangirls at the very beginning, and
Awesome.
then I got to play Reimi Sugimoto in part 4, and a couple of just like incidental characters in part 5. And obviously my dream was to be Jolene Cujo. And I was trying so hard, like, okay, I can't get attached, because so many times we read for a bunch of things as actors, and, we only book a really small fraction of that. So I was just like, but I was too invested at that point, and I'm just like, this is like my dream role. And so when I booked it, it was unreal.
Power of manifestation. Oh, I think you got to talk about this before I do.
Yeah, I have bought some myself because I very much love just anything to do with JoJo's and Jolene. I did get this really cool purse along with some others from Viz, which was super cool. I've got figures. I've actually been collecting Jolene merch since way before I ever voiced the character or even worked on JoJo's. So I've got like figures and plushes and keychains, all sorts of things.
Hell yeah. I know they have like official Jotaro coats. I don't think I could pull them off necessarily.
You could. You look so cool.
I would have. I have. This is not the weather. I think that they would
Fair,
be useful in, but I'd probably still muscle through it at one point or another. I do have a number of action figures and statuettes. I have been a collector of these things for a long time. So I have my posable Jotaro in his classic. Like I love that they actually have the hand both outside and with the built-in pocket, so you can do the classic Jotaro hand and pocket pose, as well as some statuettes that I keep in my office. So.
I wonder if they make like a steamroller, because then you could set them up with a little Dio figure. It'd be super
I
cool.
feel like they have to at that point.
I know.
Oh my god, I have to look into that now. That'd be great. Just have the full-on pose in my office. Hell yeah. I've definitely taken from Jotaro the need to sometimes stop and think and assess before jumping into things, which seems to be his superpower. If anything, is the but I've had this all figured out from the very beginning. I've also learned how to treat my elders with more respect at a younger age, comparatively, though I'm not as young as he was in the beginning of the series. I'm ancient. And I think, I don't know, just an emphasis on family in its own unique JoJo way.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of Joe stars kind of embody strength and resilience, and that's something that I think can apply to anyone in their own lives. And, just the idea of like whatever beatings life throws at you, you can kind of get through it and come out stronger. And sometimes when things are bad, I remind myself, well, at least you're not like having a bunch of enemy stand users trying to kill you, So, yeah, I think Jolene is like a lot of what I wish I could be as a person.
It's also instilled the paranoia of what around you could be a stand.
That's true. Although sometimes it's like, which one could be the enemy stand user? And it's
Right.
like very obvious. It's amazing, but also a lot of pressure. I mean, Jolene is the first and only female JoJo so far, and there just aren't a ton of female characters in the series in general. So, it's like really important, I think, to like I just wanted to do a very good job, and I really wanted to embody her strength. And I love the fact that she's very like three-dimensional and a well-rounded character, and she's not like a trope. I don't know. There's just a lot of things that resonate with me about her. And I think another thing that's very fun and unique about this is JoJo has a huge female fan base. So I think female JoJo fans were hungry for more strong female characters in JoJo. They were hungry for a female protagonist. And I would be excited if there were even more in the future. Like, I'd love to see what happens with part 9.
I'll say thank you for supporting this wonderful series. Thank you for coming along with these crazy adventures, these wild battles, and engaging and loving these very flashy but deeply intricate characters that we've had a chance to live with, and now pass that torch on to the next era.
The JoJo fan base is just so special to me. The series as a whole is so special to me, and I just hope everyone knows how much love and care I put into this role and this character, and just how special this is to me. And thank you to everyone who believed in me and who trusted that I could do this.